This is the IT in the D, only on rawradiox.com.
Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of your women.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
This is the ladies' man.
I can't say no, and I don't really want to, so I'm...
Well, especially with the back doors open.
We just lost our clean tag on iTunes.
How much scotch did you drink that night, by the way?
Half a bottle.
Okay, then shut the hell up.
You're in your underwear, I'm in my underwear. Here, let's hang out.
No, I'm sorry, honey, I have a headache.
Bear me. I may have to wipe the geek off.
You're not very informative, but wow, are you entertaining?
You're so white right now.
Shut up. Stop talking.
How are we not sponsored by PBR and Slim Jim yet? Damn it.
Take him to Detroit. No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything but that! No!
I used to hang out at the Magumbo Bar. It was a rough place, the seediest dive on the wharf, populated with every reject and cutthroat from Bombay to Calcutta. It's worse than Detroit.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Then don't come. Shut up.
Yeah, I can't take that position. I don't know who brought that bell in, but Bob's got a new toy.
Guess Captain Soundboard doesn't know how to run the soundboard.
When are we going to talk about me?
Are we at a break yet?
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
The question isn't what are we going to do. The question is what aren't we going to do.
Ludicrous speed! Go!
And welcome to the IT and the D Show, presented to you by DetroitNet.org, here live in the Raw Radio X studios in beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is episode 23, IT in the OC. As always, this is Bob the Sales Guy. He's sitting here with Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason, and our special guest star, Mr. Phil Bertolini, the CIO of Oakland County.
Tonight on a very special IT.
No, it's about time you brought this north of 8 Mile, guys.
I think that Kentucky Fried Movie clip with "Take 'Em to Detroit." I think that was you screaming. No,
I took the scenic route.
Yeah, Phil made a wrong turn to get here, and the three of us look at each other. We're like Darth Vader in episode 3. We're like, no.
Just remember,
he ended up in Toledo somehow.
Signs.
Right. We're like, Phil, where are you? We'll come get you. Just stay where you are. Lock the doors.
I have to say, I did hear some panic in your voice on that one.
No. I mean, there was times where we thought people weren't going to show up to the studio. We're like, they're so going up 75 and not taking the exit. This was the one time we're like, shit, we lost him. We're so much in trouble.
IT and the D Show, responsible for the death of an Oakland County executive.
Yeah, film at 11. Film at 11.
It's not bad enough that I said L. Brooks didn't listen to my elevator pitch on the last episode. Now we got this to deal with.
He listened to every word you said.
I'm still moving to Macomb County.
And welcome to next week's IT in the 586.
Mark Hackle, are you out there? Call me. But no, we appreciate you coming down, checking the weather, and great to have you on board. And I think you are our highest. I think you and Elena can fight for most important guest that we've had on the show so far.
That's right. Well, I'm honored to be here, guys.
Good. So, what's the scoop? What's going on?
I think this week we're talking about fire, and more fire.
What's going on with
more fire? So we've got the Heidelberg.
Is this Devil's Night again? For crying out loud!
It seems like it's stretched out to like just more than a night now, because we've actually got a phone call coming in already.
Already?
Yeah. Hey, this is the IT and the D Show. Who's this?
You're on the air. How you doing?
Going once, going twice.
And
see ya. That does remind me, though, that we haven't done any of that stuff yet. So our phone number is, should have known it was so the phone number is 313-462-0107. You can catch us on Twitter at IT and the D. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/IT and the D. And now we're going to dive back into fire. So yet another Heidelberg project house burned down this morning.
How many is that now?
3, 4.
This is the third one, right?
Yeah. So
I'm not. We talk about conspiracy theories all the time. I've heard the king of the conspiracy theories.
Is that the one you posted earlier?
Yeah, because I didn't know what a big business the Heidelberg Project is, right?
Yeah, I had no idea either.
And I looked at the financials real quick, and like in 12 they took in what $600,000-700,000.
Yep.
And last year they only took in $200,000, but spent $5. So this year they have
the insurance policy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's again conspiracy theory. I'm not no insinuation whatsoever.
Where's your tinfoil
The views
hat?
and opinions expressed by Bob Waldenspiel are not necessarily the opinion.
Exactly. No, but it's something to think about. It's like, well, the first thing out of everyone's mouth is deer cams are $50 to put on the trees.
Well, it's like I told you. It's you go to x10.com and you can buy a 6 to 8 camera IP cam remote access security system for less than $200.
Yep.
How hard can that be?
You got a $500,000 budget?
Hey guys, these guys know what they're doing. I mean, if you think about, they were able to get in there with security and still burn the house.
Oh, they said
someone knows what
the guy this morning, or the one last night.
Yeah, but was
they
it started from the inside?
Well, no. So they said that like the one that happened last night happened literally right before the patrol was ready to start. So I mean, it's somebody who knows what's going on,
right? So hence the conspiracy.
So yeah, because the other theory is angry neighbors, but that thing's been there for
it's been there
forever.
decades.
No neighbors.
That's another good point.
I mean, that's one of the things they were talking about is that by and
one
large,
block away.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much an empty street now. Except for that stuff going on. But I mean, it does come down. It's the Chris Tucker.
Who owned the Heidelberg Project?
Who owns the Chiefs?
No, but I was looking at. I know they have a board of directors. Is it like my German club where like the board of directors owns it, or is it like owned by a governing body? Do you know, Phil? I don't know.
No, I don't.
So that was the one thing. Like, well, who would benefit from?
Well, I had no idea that it was that organized to begin with. I
thought
thought
it was
just like
16 board of
it was just like a grassroots thing that was starving artists.
No, my friend Kelly got hired from them to do
what?
I don't know. I never asked her. It was like one of those because I'm going to work at the Heidelberg. I'm like, okay, have fun. Like, see you later. But again, I didn't know they took in that much money. I just thought it was like a grassroots. Yeah, people just like, let's fix up some stuff.
But where does that money go?
I don't know.
Well, and that's all part of the whole conspiracy theory. It was, what was the movie that Chris Tucker did with Jackie Chan?
High Noon?
No, the whole. Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
Oh, that was Rush Hour.
Rush Hour. Thank you. Yeah. Follow the rich white man. That's right. What somebody needs to do. It's a hell of a long setup for a one-liner punchline.
Yeah.
But
thanks for the call.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for the
Crickets
call,
app. Where's
right?
that?
Yeah. So no, but I mean, but it's not just that. So then you've got. I see you're wearing a Michigan State shirt. Lansing caught on fire yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, I think that young man that was holding up "Burn the Couch" on national TV wasn't the best move.
Well, and that's the part that I really want to understand the correlation between "Yay, my team won" and that couch is evil and must be destroyed by fire.
I have an answer for you.
Shoot.
Alcohol.
I drink a lot, Jeff, and I've never once said, there's a light post, I'm going to climb it and jump on a car. Like,
there's a cop car, let's overturn it.
I drink well, that was the funny thing. We had our German club Christmas party last night, and one of the guys, a huge Sparty, he'll argue with anyone that wants to argue with him,
right?
Because the bartender is a lacrosse coach for U of M. The other guy went to Ohio State. So man, it's on. So of course I asked to go, Joe Jr., do you burn any furniture at the German club? And then the whole time they're like, Charles has a Prius, you can flip that over easy. My car, I don't know. So like the whole time we're just getting into it. But again, yeah, I totally know your point though. What is it about? Yeah, because I remember when the Pistons won, I just wanted to drive around and beat my horn. When the Wings won,
when the Wings won back in 97, it was just driving up and down.
We went to the post bar and drank a lot.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I was on campus when the Tigers won the World Series in '84, and everybody took to Grand River, and they had a grand old time. But the problem you got is there's a lot of people that descend on that campus when something happens.
Sure.
And, I'm not going to be the one to say there's no MSU students involved. I'm sure there were. But there's a lot of people that come from outside the campus and come in and cause a lot of trouble.
Well, yeah, they said of the 15 people that were arrested, it was 12 students, 1 alumni, and 2 unknown affiliation.
The one alumni.
The one alumni. What happened there?
Still talking about his
He took a wrong turn.
Yeah.
37 years old, still talking about frat parties in the 90s. You're my boy, Blue.
That's right.
There's a guy like that at Duffy's. He talks about like OU frat parties. I'm like, is that even a thing? Like, and he doesn't stop talking about. I'm like, I gotta stop talking to this guy. It's anyway. Good story, Bob.
Yeah, thanks for the call. Yeah,
where's that bell?
Play Bruce Springsteen Glory Days one more time.
Exactly. That's how we feel. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
But you know, with the zero tolerance they have today, though, those students are gone. You can bet. I'll bet they're gone from campus and they're gone from the university. Yeah, they don't tolerate it. I think one of the riots they had, one of the Cedar Fests, they had people up on the cars. Remember, they were flipping cars, and they took pictures of those.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they investigated them. Yep.
Yeah, they're gone.
We said that about do you watch the Oklahoma State game? The male cheerleader stuck his foot out when the guy scored a touchdown. We're like, oh, he's expelled. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, I worked for Hewlett Packard, and we used to do 4 events a year in
Back in the day, a year and a half ago.
Back in the day.
Back when I was a young whippersnapper.
In the IT world, that's like an eon.
No, I know. A year and a half is like light years for. But we'd have events at Vegas and 10,000 guys, and lo and behold, 50 to 60 every event would get fired. The old man would walk around, see guys gambling. People would be hungover, would miss a whole day of session. It's like those guys are on lockdown by their wives, and when they get to Vegas, they're like, "Oh my god, I'm drinking everything." But it's like, I think it's the point. Like I think that boils down to it too. Like in East Lansing, maybe they didn't party that much, and this was like their excuse.
This is their release.
Get all their rage out, get everything. Teachers are bringing me down, and I'm going to drink everything.
Teachers are keeping me down, man.
The rent's too damn high.
Right. Too. Well, no, but then you go to the extreme example. So you've got the World Cup coming up in Brazil next year.
Was that where the military landed on the field?
So there was, there was a soccer match that happened over the weekend where literally the game had not even started yet, and the fights were so bad that the cops showed up.
Those guys light flares in the crowd.
The military showed up. They were the military helicopters on the field. They had to move the game like 110 miles away to actually play it to get away from everybody. They have
to put chicken wire around the stadium, and they light fires in the crowd. I mean, nothing. I put nothing past.
It's like Roadhouse. They're throwing beer bottles.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's exactly
Blues Brothers.
It's like the old days out in Pine Knob where they launched bottle rockets into the pavilion.
Right. But how are they going to handle like a world crowd at World Cup next year? Like, I mean, that's going to be insane. Like, and you're reading all the articles like, oh well, we won't have these problems. Next year.
The rabid soccer fans internationally are just crazy. Yeah. Like we don't hold a candle. Any riots that happen here for sports,
I heard
don't hold a candle to the flame of
Seattle hipsters
soccer.
Picked up on it. And they English came down, or the England came down and said, "Yeah, Seattle's doing it right." There's a whole expose on HBO's Real Sports,
right?
Like they totally let's see what they're doing, and then we'll get 2,000 people together and do exactly what they're doing. So the whole Seattle contingent is like this huge soccer. They go nuts in the streets and drink, close all the pubs down, and
really
fights. Yeah, look, it's
they're trying to start a trend in America,
like rainy, depressing, boring Seattle.
Yeah,
coffee house riots.
Yeah,
coffee house riots,
doped up on caffeine. Yeah, it's like they're marching down the streets. They do they picked Manchester United. And they did the exact where they have a parade, and it's really stupid. Anyway,
outstanding.
So what else is going on?
Well, there was fire number 4, the Samsung meltdown.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Did you see the story, Phil? So guy gets a Samsung, the new S4, starts on fire. Like almost blew up in his hand. Sends Samsung he makes a YouTube video going, "Oh my god, look at my phone just blew up." Samsung says, "We'll replace it as long as you take that YouTube video down, sign this that you'll never say anything about this." Basically saying, we're dangling this replacement phone as long as you keep your mouth shut. So he puts the letter on YouTube again.
It was we'll give you a phone or a phone of your make and model or one similar and close to it.
Greater or lesser value or something.
So then he takes Samsung's response, puts that on YouTube,
and reads it on YouTube. It goes into a spoken word piece.
It goes viral. 500,000 people see it, and now Samsung's freaking out, and it's everywhere.
Hey guys, if you want to see one, go see United Breaks Guitars. There was a gentleman who was a comedian, a musical comedy guy, and he was flying from the United States to Canada, and he saw his guitar get broken on the tarmac. He tried to complain. They wouldn't let him complain. So he goes out to talk to the ticket agent. They say, "Wait till you land." So he waits till he lands, and after all this, they say, "You waited too long." And they refused to fix his guitar, so he wrote 3 songs, and he wanted to get 1 million views in the first year. And I think it's up to 13 million views.
Wow.
United Breaks Guitars.
It's a phenomenal lesson, though, to all these companies that they don't realize the power of goofy YouTube videos.
And it happens so quickly. And if you're not out there monitoring it, if you're not out there watching the conversation, they can take you over in a matter of minutes.
Well, that's just it.
The Kevin Smith thing on Southwest.
Even if that guy took down the YouTube video, it still is out there.
Yeah.
I mean, everything on the internet is permanent.
There was the Chase Bank, the vice president, that was going to hold a social media chat last week, and they put it out there. Hey, use the hashtag AskChaseBank, before it even got started, it was, hey, can I have my house back? I wanted to ask Chase Bank. Hey, how do I'm currently a low level drug kingpin.